Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I am Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Dan.
Together with the Office Blokes.
We are indeed.
Correct.
It is true factual statement. The top 10 worst states to live in America for 2023.
Ooh,
Interesting.
top 10 worst.
If you were going to move back to the States, where would you go?
I would probably move somewhere like, I'd need to be a big city.
Yeah.
I'd need to be populous and sort of busy, so I'd probably go Boston.
Right?
Yeah.
Have you thought about it, Mike?
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know really. I don't know enough cities or enough about them
Yeah.
to come to a conclusion. Obviously, the only place I've been is New York.
Yeah.
So that's amazing place. Obviously, you know it like back of your hand, don't you?
Yeah.
But I've always fancied sort of like the New England, sort of like down that area always looks quite nice to me.
Yeah.
Like on the East Coast,
Boston
somewhere
area,
down there.
Down
Yeah.
Maine.
Yeah, that type of place maybe. But yeah, I'd have to know a lot more about some other places as well, I think. But
Yeah.
My passport's just come back. I'll tell you what, I applied for my passport on Thursday. It got delivered on, what day is it today? Wednesday. It got delivered Tuesday.
yeah,
Thursday to Tuesday. Applied
Absolutely rapid,
Thursday,
that.
delivered Tuesday.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bad, is
Can't
it?
get better than that.
Yeah,
and it's so I'm all fresh to go now, so I don't have to worry about that 6 months left on my passport and whether I can get in or out anywhere.
so just go and have
So
an
I've got a
hour.
brand new shiny blue passport,
Nice.
Lovely.
and I said to Gaynor, all right, let's go away then in February, because now it's get work sorted out here first, and then we'll go away February. And I said, where do you want to go? And she said, I want to go Nashville.
Nice.
So I don't know what it's like in February. Probably don't know what's going on there, but I'll have a research. I'll have a bit of research first,
Yeah.
but I'll probably go Boston first and down to Nashville.
Nice.
I
Excellent.
watch too many programs about barbecue in Texas. So for me, it'd be somewhere in Texas, I
Yeah.
think, because I'm on Netflix all the time watching these like
Yeah.
people smoking meats for like 18 hours. And, it's always like some old person who's worked there for 50 years that's shoveling coals at 4 a.m. I'm like, I need some of that in my life.
There's loads of places to choose from, isn't there? That's the only thing. I mean, we'll get here the 10 worst states to go to, but I don't know. I can't think of anywhere bad to go to in the USA. I mean, I'm very pro USA anyway. I love the place.
Yeah.
And for me, someone said, where would you live? I don't know. Even Chicago, I'd probably look at Chicago, and people say, no, it's not good.
Everywhere's going to have its shit bits and its nice bits, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Everywhere always does.
It's just everything about the USA, what it gives you. Got friends in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. Got friends all over the USA. Just wherever I went, I'd be all right.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen videos before. I mean, there's that much choice and that much difference in all parts of the country, isn't there? It's
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. From sea to deserts to forest areas and mountains. It's
Every
absolutely incredible.
every
Everything.
climate covered. Probably every type of industry covered, for
Yeah.
work-wise. And
Yeah.
it's just,
Every sport covered.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, it's got to be sport, main cities, bars,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
entertainment. And I'm happy.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Near a major airport, so I can fly anywhere I want to go,
Yeah.
and then I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, let's find out the top 10 worst states to live in America for 2023. Let's do it.
States in the country, or that the state of Louisiana has one of the highest poverty rates? After our video about the best states to live in America, we figured it was only right to do another version of the top 10 worst states to live in America. You should know things are about to get ugly because we are not holding back on this one. To determine which of the country's states deserve spots among the top 10 worst states, we examined numerous factors, including healthcare, infrastructure, education, natural environment, economy, cost of living, crime rates, and more.
If I was moving somewhere, I wouldn't fucking consider any of that. I'd be like, where's the pub? Is there an airport? Well, I guess that comes under infrastructure.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And what's the nightlife? Is there a sports team?
Yeah.
Couldn't be asked about crime rates. Crime rates everywhere.
Economy is a big one, though, because if there's no work and if there's a lot of poverty in a
There will be.
particular area...
That sort of like comes snowball with it. You're not going to go and live somewhere where it's like poverty-stricken, are you? That's not. You don't choose to live there.
No, that's where you end
That's
up.
where you end up. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I just assumed that with healthcare being private in the States, that as long as you're willing to pay, there's good healthcare. It's quite a good system in it over there.
Yeah. I think if you're moving somewhere with a family, you'd probably look at those things a bit more maybe than if you're sort of like a bit more grown up and sort of like.
I certainly would with the age my kids are. It's what other types of kids are associated with
Education and stuff, and you'd be top of your list, wouldn't it?
As you get older, I guess healthcare, but there's always hospitals around for healthcare, whatever. But I'm thinking for me, what suits me is like, is I just want a sports team, nightlife and pubs.
Nice
somewhere
bars,
to go,
restaurants.
a bit of busyness sort of thing, and somewhere where I don't want to go somewhere where there's loads of fannies as well. You know what I mean? So you go to certain cities, don't you, and you just think, nah, not for me.
That means something else over here. That means bums in America.
Yeah, over here it's like, weirdos, and I don't need to describe a fanny over here.
Gimps.
Yeah, just someone who's like just does your nutting.
I think weather should be on that list as well, though. I know everyone's got their own preference of what they want, but we're seeing like the snow in Buffalo a few weeks ago.
I love that.
I must
not
admit,
there all year round.
I love the snow, but I would like a bit of warmth as well.
Yeah, you get that
I
in the
like
summer.
seasons.
In Buffalo, it's boiling in the
Is
summer.
it?
Yeah.
That's why I
Right.
like probably northeast. You probably get all the seasons, don't
do.
you? More than
Four
if you go to
seasons.
Texas in the south, California. It's probably going to be sunshine all the time. I think that'll do my head in.
Yeah.
I like having t-shirt, shorts, and I like having big jackets and rain. And shit like that as well. Bit of everything.
California would be too much for me if it was like, what are the stats, like 340 days of sunshine a year or something. You need a bit of doom and gloom.
I think if you get bad weather, it makes you appreciate the other good weather, and vice versa, and stuff like that.
I've done the hot weather all year round. It doesn't appeal.
No,
I can imagine.
Better get those moving boxes ready because your state might just be on this list. 10. Nevada. Nevada. Yeah, you heard me right. While the Silver State of Nevada is known to attract visitors and vacationers from all over the nation thanks to the casino-rich city of Las Vegas, actually living in the state is where you should draw the line. The state of Nevada boasts of top-ranked infrastructure and a thriving economy, but most other sectors of the Silver State are somewhat lacking. Nevada ranks 47th in creating opportunities for its residents, which is a rather low rank for such an economic state. Since the state runs largely on a tourism-based economy and has an unemployment rate of 4.4%, most of the career opportunities, when you do find them, won't be much more diverse than working in hotels and casinos. The education system here is another lowly ranked sector of the state. Nevada is one of the least educated states in the nation, so raising a family with children in need of a good education might not be all that easy in this state over the coming years. Nevada may be seen as the Silver State, but it looks nothing like the beauty of something valuable. Filled with deserted open spaces, there are next to no exciting sights in the state for miles other than the lights of Las Vegas. To crown it all,
Sounds like Nick Knowles doing an American accent there. I can't focus on it.
Yeah,
does a little bit.
It does a bit. I can't think of. There must be loads that have gone out of my mind. I can't think of another place in Nevada.
Reno.
I was going to say apart from Las Vegas.
Boulder County.
Yeah, it's a big state, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's the only I could think of.
The Grand Canyon.
I know there's probably loads, but yeah.
the heat in some parts of the state will leave you dehydrated and in search of water, which is a resource the Silver State doesn't have much of in abundance. 9. Tennessee. Tennessee is the 36th largest state in the country by area and one of the more populous. Each year, the state gets millions of visitors who flock in to enjoy the popular tourist attractions. That is, however, just one of the many sides of the big state. The other side shows that in recent times, and probably in years to come, Tennessee has become one of the worst states to live in. The state ranks high in the country in terms of violent crimes, which makes it not the safest state to be living in. The crime rate here currently sits above the nation's average crime rate in both violent and property crimes, and that's just one of the reasons why living in Tennessee would suck. Another reason is the healthcare system, which is very much in need of improvement. The cost of getting treatment, the quality of service, and even the treatment of the elderly are aspects the state needs to work on, aspects that right now make living in Tennessee not so great. The education system in the state is one more reason why this state is currently on a list like this. The school systems here are ranked among the 10 worst in the country. Having looked at the healthcare and education systems, you are probably wondering, what about the weather? Well, that sucks too. Tennessee has long been prone to severe weather ranging from tornadoes and powerful storms to flooding, and unfortunately, things are only going to get worse. According to a new climate report, the state will most likely face unprecedented warming this century. This warming will in turn intensify droughts, extreme heat events, and precipitation. 8.
Droughts and precipitation.
I know, all in one go. You'd think it'd be one or the other, really, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know much about Indiana.
No, neither
Indianapolis.
do I.
It's
Yeah, I can't even think where it is, Indiana. Is it sort of
Indianapolis,
more
something near the Chicago
uppish?
and Chicago area and
sort of mid.
Ohio, Midwest.
Right, okay. Yeah.
I think we've said this on another video when Indiana came up, that it's just one of those we don't really know a lot in particular.
Indianapolis Colts, so I can like Indianapolis 500
Of course.
racing.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, is that the Indy 500? Is it Indiana?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, right.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Indiana. The state of Indiana doesn't have a bad economy, being a major exporter of cars, car parts, and pharmaceuticals. So why exactly is it on this list? Well, for one, the Hoosier State periodically does not rank high with healthcare compared to other states in the country. Access to the public health system for the average Joe in Indiana is at its lowest, and the state has continued to show concerns for the general state of mental health among the state's residents. The education system in Indiana for some time has simply been a mess. The system is currently too costly and has a high-stakes assessment system that places way too much pressure on the kids. It's not hard to see why mental health is a concern among some of the residents of the state. 7. New Mexico. In the Southwest, New Mexico is the next state we are going to have a look at. Dubbed the Land of Enchantments, this American state is the 5th largest state in the country and the 36th most populated. Despite the size and views of New Mexico, the state is ranked on many counts as one of the worst places to live in America now and in more time to come. According to WalletHub, the Land of Enchantment ranks the lowest among all the country's states in terms of quality of education. Yes.
The paper's Daily News Report has got a great name, hasn't he?
Justin Chas.
Well spotted.
The education system in New Mexico is in an abysmal state, and there's simply not enough money in the schools to provide adequate learning. Creating opportunities for its residents is another aspect where the state of New Mexico is sorely lacking. As a result, the state has an unemployment rate of about 4.2%, and with the number of people looking for means to pay their bills, this may very well be one of the causes of the sky-high crime rate here. The amount of violent crime and property crimes is significantly higher than the country's average, making New Mexico one of the most unsafe states to live in and definitely one of the worst too.
All the stats were dropping.
If I was looking at that graph and it didn't, was that actually representative of the unemployment rates? Because if it was, they're well on the up.
They are, but even the crime rates dropped from 31.8% or something to 28.4%. He said.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they just showed a graph that had 4% as the end, to represent 4%, because that was like.
The problem is on this, it's they're sort of going into the crime rate, aren't they, in education and stuff like that, but they're not saying anything about. Seems to say anything about the weather and stuff like that. You expect the weather to be really good down there, wouldn't you?
I don't think the weather was one of the things they were judging by, though, was it?
No.
One of the things that they said there.
Yeah.
Plus, different people want different weather, don't they?
I think were we still in Indiana? Or New Mexico, this, wasn't it?
Yeah. It looks nice, though.
It does.
It's picturesque.
I like
the
flat.
building.
Yeah.
It's flat, isn't it, there? See the mountains in the back.
6. Louisiana. Considering the situation of Louisiana today, the state is by far one of the worst states in the country. According to the FBI, the Pelican State ranks 5th for the highest crime rate in the nation.
Alaska, number 1.
Yeah, I knew that.
Is that obviously because it's the smaller population, so a higher proportion of.
Yeah.
You just need one pub brawl with 30 guys in it, and that the crime rate's
Number 1,
skyrockets. Yeah. Population. Is that 731,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
With about 639 violent crimes for every 1,000 people. It may not always be the case, but violent crimes are often more common in areas having high poverty rates. That seems to be the case with Louisiana because it is ranked 2nd in the U.S. for poverty rates at 19%, just barely being beaten by Mississippi. With a sizable population of the state living below average, quality public resources and benefits should be one of the premier offerings to its residents, but this state does not offer much in that regard. The public health care here is one of the worst in the country. According to a report from WalletHub, the cost of access to health care, the quality, and the medical outcomes are all worrisome. 5. Missouri. The Midwestern state of Missouri, although more rural when compared to other states of the country, lacks the peace that its rural charm promises. Living in this state can take a huge toll on its residents because the crime rate here is one of the country's highest. As of now, there is a 1 in 184 chance of a Missouri resident being a victim of a violent crime and a 1 in 40 chance of having your property stolen. The cities of Springfield, St. Louis, Kansas City, and Bridgeton are often ranked high in criminal activities, and a good thing to have in the state is a good theft insurance policy for your property. Frightening crime rates is merely one of the reasons why the Show Me State is ranked as one of the worst states to live in. Another reason is the failing healthcare system. Availability of the necessary healthcare services, access to said services, and adequate healthcare insurance policies are all things that Missouri residents can only dream of. That is why not just the state of Missouri, but also its healthcare system is ranked among the top worst in the country. The extreme weather is another reason Missouri earned a spot on this list. The summers in the state can get very hot, and the winters can get colder than any thermometer can measure. 4.
I wonder how the stats match up to English stats. You know, crime rates, education, healthcare, all that sort of stuff.
To know.
Population-wise.
Well, because our NHS is on its arse. Yeah. And I know we get it for free compared to...
But we don't get it for free.
Well, I know, but it's like, you know, we pay it out of our wages.
Yeah, of course do, yeah. It'd be interesting as well, because like Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, places like that, I don't know the actual population sizes either of them.
Ours is just increased, I think, because Great Manchester's grown a little bit now.
I would guess so, yeah, with all the
6.7 million are we now in Great Manchester?
Is that how much it is? Really?
Wow. Is it? It's either 6.7 or 2.7.
Yeah, wide margin for error.
A bit of a difference there,
yeah. I just wonder because it's easy to get bogged down in stats. Like when I was looking at moving to Northwich because I didn't know the area, I'm looking at crime stats, but looking more granular, street by street and small areas. But stats kind of do lie to you, don't they?
Yeah, because we had where we lived in Hale, we had someone on our we had three cases of violent crime.
Yeah,
and domestic abuse.
Domestic abuse
on our street.
Really?
And I'm like, which number were they?
Yeah.
You know, again, he's like, they're on here. I'm like, tell me the numbers now. I'm going to go knock on the door. Sort of thing. We couldn't. It was something that had occurred. That was a misunderstanding apparently.
Yeah,
but it's still reported as a domestic crime.
Yeah, if the police have to be called out, then it gets logged as a sort of crime.
I suppose some of these states are so big as well. I mean, you could get just like a small part of it, which is really, really, really bad. And I suppose state-wise, it's going to tar the whole state with the same brush, isn't it? So it's maybe...
Look at that Skid Row video we did the other day, and you think that that's such a small area, the crime rates and everything else there are going to bring that whole city down.
And you think, not that you will, but you know, if you took that away, then the door would probably go straight up there, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But
you get good and bad everywhere, don't you?
Of course you do.
I mean, I never seen any crime in the USA when I lived there. The only fight I ever seen was two English guys fighting over football.
Oh shit.
Arizona. Arizona is one of the largest states in the country, the 6th to be specific, and it's also one of the more populated locations in the nation. Although the Grand Canyon state has an economy that is in tip-top shape, the state is now one of the worst places you can call home. Arizona has become one of the unsafest states you can live in because there is a 1 in 199 chance of being a victim of a violent crime and a 1 in 43 chance of being involved in property theft. Arizona comes above the nation's average crime rate in both violent and property crimes, and that's just one of the reasons why living in Arizona is the worst. The healthcare system, which is very much in need of improvement, is another wrench in the Grand Canyon state's livability issues. The cost of getting treatment, the quality of service, and ER response time are aspects of medical care the state needs to work on. Overall, the state's healthcare system is considered to be in critical condition. Not to mention the education system in the state ranks last in school test scores, safety, dropout rate, and pretty much every other thing that's important in education. Arizona is fast shaping up to be one of the least educated states in the country. To top it off, the weather in Arizona can kill you, literally. During summer months, temperatures in the Arizona desert have been known to reach and even exceed 100 degrees every day. Even worse is the fact that sunset does not bring immediate relief because temperatures can hover around 100 degrees well into the hours after dark. 3.
Wow.
South Carolina. The state of South Carolina has experienced a boom in tourism in recent years. Charleston, Myrtle Beach, and Hilton Head are top attractions on the East Coast for a vacation or short visit. While all that sounds glamorous, it is an entirely different ballgame if you are actually living in the Palmetto State. Raising a family in South Carolina is not the easiest thing to do. The education system in the state is sorely in need of improvement. The state has the 6th worst school system in the country, which makes it not the best place to raise kids. That and South Carolina's crime rates, which are higher than the national average, have been a constant worry for the state's residents in recent years. Even the safest cities in the state are not lacking in violent crimes, and if that's not bad enough, you can't even afford to get hurt in South Carolina. The healthcare system is another failing of the state. It is highly ranked as one of the worst state healthcare systems in the country.
25 children for hunger.
The average American spends more than $10,000 a year on healthcare. I suppose that's skewed because some people may owe $200,000 on healthcare, and
maybe.
That'd be insurance, maybe.
Yeah.
Could be insurance policies for healthcare.
I mean, each difference is above the
Copay.
national average crime rates. If it's like 4%, and that's like 5.2, was it, something like that? I mean, is that percentage-wise? Is that a lot though? 1.2. What was it?
What you've got there
pertain to, you know, it could be like 10, 20, 30 crimes, couldn't it? More or
I mean, education's
Yeah.
a big one there, but when you look at crime, it depends what sort of crime you're talking about. Did he say violent crime or did he say property crime that you're talking about?
There was both metrics.
Both, yeah. But when you look at, like, you know, places like Hilton Head, they're talking about people come from all over the USA to go on holiday to Hilton Head. But a lot of golfers play Myrtle Beach. It's got some of the best golf courses in the world in Myrtle Beach. So you've got, and that's a big holiday resort as well. So you've got certain places. Savannah's a big port, so it's a big port area. So you're going to get, you know, ships coming in from all over the world as well.
Yeah.
So you got like a lot of people going in there not from there. You know, so it's, and you know what it's like over here with tourist attractions. Look at Blackpool. It's not a set of people that live there, it's people that go there.
Yeah.
That cause all the trouble, all the Scottish people go down there.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's like mini Scotland when you go there now, isn't it? There's no English people in Blackpool anymore, it's all Scottish people.
Can be, especially when they have, if they still have the Scottish week or something, where they used to have a week or 2 weeks where
51 weeks of the year
they all came.
It's all the time you go. I've not been for ages, but
I suppose
I've heard stories.
If you're from one of these places that gets spring break as well, and just, you know, for a week or two a year, it's just inundated with like 18 to 21-year-olds partying.
You're going to have a lot of petty crimes,
fighting,
a lot of crimes.
There'd be a lot.
Yeah, that well skewed as statistics.
South Carolina's beautiful, like on the beaches. Some of the nicest beaches in the country, probably in South Carolina.
Yeah, look nice there.
Sort of thing, but you know, that's what I'm saying. You're attracting people into that sort of like touristy spot where you're getting that. You know, that's, you know, when you look at Arizona before, Nevada, sorry, you know, they highlight that it's a touristy area. And you're going to get a lot of crime that goes on in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
tons. You know, and then you're going to get all the weirdos that go to Reno for whatever they offer over there. You know, the nightlife they offer. Don't know if you've not heard about it, Google it.
Reports say that the average ER wait time in South Carolina is terrible, and so is the cost and access to quality medical care.
Interesting to know what that time was.
Yeah, I was going to say.
What we have now, 10 hours?
Some of ours can be terrible
10 hours,
at the
8
moment.
to 10 hours at the moment, wait time.
Can be a lot.
Won't be more today, because the ambulances are on strike.
Yeah, even worse.
Just so you know, if you dial 999 for an ambulance today in the UK...
Yeah, good luck.
You've got to be at risk of loss of limb or loss of life for them to turn up.
Because they're on strike.
Yeah.
In America, I don't think the blue light can go on strike.
That's why I want English statistics compared to these, because we might find that we're looking at this going, oh, that sounds bad. And then ours is off the charts compared to it.
Could be. Yeah.
Oklahoma. The first thing that should come to mind when considering the south central state of Oklahoma as one of the country's worst states is the fact that it is still part of what is known as the Tornado Alley. Yes, the state gets more than its fair share of natural disasters, and according to some sources, Oklahoma City was once hit with about 5 tornadoes in a single day. When not dodging natural disasters, the residents of Oklahoma dodge humans with criminal intentions. The crime rate in the state is above the national average. To this effect, there is a 1 in 217 chance of you being a victim of violent crime in Oklahoma, and a 1 in 37 chance of property theft. The healthcare system is another cause for concern among residents. The system is in poor shape, which leaves some citizens unhealthy to say the least. Just as the patients aren't doing well in the state's hospitals, the kids aren't doing any better in the schools. Most Oklahoma students are behind in school, a testament to the failing education system in the state, which is currently one of the worst in the country. 1. Texas.
Wow.
This one might come as a surprise. Texas is the second largest state in the country by area and also one of the most populous. The Lone Star State is located in the south central part of the country, which gives it a diverse climate to go with its dense population. The state is considered one of the worst states in the country because, for one, it ranks high in terms of violent crimes. Texas comes in above the nation's average crime rate in both violent and property crimes, and that's just one of the reasons why living in Texas would suck. The healthcare system in the country is yet another cause for concern, especially after taking into consideration the number of residents in the state. The cost of getting treatment, the quality of service, and even the treatment of the elderly are aspects where the state's healthcare is visibly lacking. The education system in the state is one more reason why this state is currently on a list like this. In a state as big as Texas, the school system is ranked among the 10 worst in the country. Now, what about the best states to live in America?
Among the 10 worst out of 50 states, though.
Yeah.
America for 2023. Watch this video to find out about those.
We'll have to watch that video at some point.
I mean, they're basing it on stats of what the crime rates and different things, education and stuff like that. So that's fair enough.
You have to have a metric to go off, don't you?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Doesn't necessarily, just because of them, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the worst place to live, I think.
No, it's got to be
these other demographics.
You've got to take the good, but you've got to take the good parts in with it as well, haven't you? You know, not just the bad bits. It's got to be like a mix of everything. And again, I think the violent crime, I think it's like 0.5% above the national average. So I mean, you can't really talk about huge numbers there, can you?
Some big cities as well, aren't they? There,
of course there is. Yeah, where you can
places.
Yeah.
When you look at Texas, how many big cities you got? Houston, Dallas, Austin, El Paso. You've got a bunch
of populations, isn't it? That huge.
Yeah. I'd like to know what the
border in Mexico as well. So again, it's another sort of like area for immigration and sort of like people migrants coming straight over the border.
Absolutely.
I'd like to know how they worked out these stats. And I know they're saying violent crimes per 1,000 people, but that's not going to be every violent crime that happened in the whole of Texas. And they're working it out off the population.
They will be, yeah.
I think they're going to take a sample.
They probably will be. Yeah, they won't do every single one. They'll just do.
When you look into how they get the statistics, a lot of the time
it's prorated. Yeah,
it can be a bit like that. You know, it can be a little bit skewed. How big is the sample pool, for example? You know, where is it? Is it all in a city? Is it rural?
And like we say, you do have to take the good bits into consideration as well, don't you? The good bits about living in a state, and then sometimes you can think, well, I'm not bothered if that's not quite as good because this outweighs the negative on the education or the negative on like the environment or something. So
I think, you say though, for violent crimes, what's 0.5%? You know, what does that actually mean in real terms?
Yeah,
you know,
won't deter me from going to any of them places.
No, not at all.
100% not. Don't know. It's for me. I'm just one of them that's open to. If there's a pub, I'm sold.
There's good parts. Sport, I'm sold. There's good parts everywhere, isn't there?
Absolutely
everywhere.
Yeah. If there's a barbecue joint that does wings and brisket and stuff, and I can have a few beers, and
if I'm sat there watching, if I can sit at the bar, if I can sit at the bar with a cold beer, like a basket of wings or whatever, talking sport with the TV in front of me, that's all I need in life.
Yeah, wherever it is.
Yeah, doesn't matter where it is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
go for that one.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let us know in the comments what you think of the 10 worst states, especially if you're in Texas. Shithole.
Apparently. It's not you talking, it was a video.
From your ivory tower in the woodlands.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers. Guys.